Hey, hi there. This is a mini lecture three, audience analysis. And this is probably the most important one because it actually has an assignment on it that sort of parallels what your big project is going to be at the very end of the semester or course, summer semester, I guess. But anyway, again, for review, the demographic makeup of the audience is important. So is the attitude toward the topic and the physical environment in which the speech is presented. Okay, so we are going to spend a little bit of time studying um, one of the greatest speeches ever presented by a president of the United States. Um, I remember actually what had happened, and for people of my age, this is actually the our like where were you when Kennedy was shot event, and actually, I'm not sure what your event would be. For people who are a little bit younger than I am, it's the Twin Towers going down. For people who are older than I am, it's when where were you when Kennedy was shot? I remember exactly where I was when this happened. I was in uh, with my fellow education students watching the shuttle launch so we could see Krista McAuliffe, the teacher in space. Okay, so we're going to study Reagan's speech of comfort to the nation. Um, okay, so as far as background information is concerned, in January 1986, the shuttle Challenger exploded just a couple minutes after takeoff, and everyone on board was killed. Um, it was unique in that there was a teacher, Krista McAuliffe, a high school teacher, who was selected from a lot of candidates to be the teacher in space, and all of her students were also watching, as well as her family in her high school auditorium. Okay, so like I said, thousands witnessed this horrifying event live, in person, and on television. The mission was very unique, like I said, allowing the first civilian, Krista McAuliffe, to ever be allowed in space during a mission. She was aboard the Challenger as an observer in the NASA Teacher in Space program. And she was very excited to teach a lesson to her students on board the Challenger. However, she never got a chance to do that. Um, and the day that the Challenger exploded was also the day that President Reagan was supposed to give his State of the Union speech. Um, and instead of doing that, he gave this speech to comfort a grieving nation. All right. Like I said, thousands of people witnessed the Challenger explode. I watched it. It was horrifying. It honestly was. Space fans were watching, but also lots and lots of school children, including Krista McCullough's students and her family. Her own kids were younger than her students. They were elementary school age at the time. Okay. No one survived at all. No one survived. All dead. Okay. So this is Reagan's speech. What I would like you to do, please, is take note of the environment and especially how it might be different than a standard State of the Union speech. I imagine that you may have seen the State of the Union speech before, like given by, President Trump, or before that, President Obama. But let's see. Hmm. Actually, you know what? I'm going to skip this presentation for now. I'm going to skip this part, but I will provide you a YouTube link. It's going to take up way too much memory to record and compress and send out to you if I do that. But I will actually give you the link to that. All right. Okay. So after you watch that, tell me, please, how the environment is conducive to this type of speech. Why do you suppose Mr. Reagan chose this spot, his office, the Oval Office, instead of the usual spot for the State of the Union address. The State of the Union address is given to in the House, in Congress. And going along with that, uh, we're going to very closely study the text of Reagan's speech, and we can see the ways in which it was well adapted to do this. Okay, here's your assignment. All right, here's your assignment. And let's say it's worth like 30 points. It's a mini case analysis. Okay, so I want you to read the transcript of President Reagan's speech to the nation after the space shuttle Challenger exploded. I should just not even try to read this. I should just speak to you. Okay, so bear in mind his general audience is the American people. I would like you to annotate the text of the speech, identifying at least 3 sub audiences. Additionally, through your annotations, please tell me how Reagan meets the needs of all who hear the speech. Okay? And we will go over your findings later. Thank you. All right. So here's some homework. And actually, we're not going to do that. I just want you to annotate and tell me about how Reagan about how Reagan modified his speech for the audience. Thank you.